Hello and welcome to another installment of Metallic Reviews, the show where I take an honest look at the harder, heavier side of music and give it an honest rating. Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Yeah, we're going to be shifting away from the heavier side of things and looking at an album by a band that's been instrumental in helping bring prog rock / metal to the masses. They also have one of the most interesting band names ever, one that truly evokes scenes of progressive noodling mixed with joyfully unsyncopated weirdness. Yes, it's Porcupine Tree, and their new album, Closure Continuation, released June 24th on Music for Nations. Now, it's true that Porcupine Tree probably aren't the first band anyone thinks of when the term prog metal is spoken. Shoot, they probably aren't the first band anyone thinks of when prog rock is brought up, but they've influenced many of the genre's most famous artists. From Mike Portnoy to Rush to Gorguts, Porcupine Tree have had their legacy mixed in with a bunch of prog metal's branches. Now, this album is somewhat miraculous. The story goes that after their last album, way back in 2009, it was called The Incident, frontman Steven Wilson wanted to work on a solo career. So he did. But the band actually recorded all of this material in secrecy during the interim. Did they break up? Not really. They were simply on hiatus while this album was crafted. So after 10 years away, but not totally away, did they put something out worth checking out? Let's find out. First off, this is not the typical progressive album, and I'm actually all for it. They take prog music to its logical conclusion, where it all kind of just implodes on itself. The time signature changes on here, while still many and varied, all make absolute sense. Each song holds these neat little nuances, from the awesome bass line on album opener Harridan to the gentle background keys and extra acoustics on Dignity. It's all held together with a terrific, almost Opethian drum performance courtesy of Gavin Harrison. He forms the walls wherein Wilson and keyboardist Richard Barbieri can offer their naturally talented phrasing and excellent on-the-spot songwriting. Now, out of everything on here, I think I'd have to point to Dignity as my favorite track. It reminds me a lot of my favorite Opeth track, Eternal Rains Will Come. Now, I love it when a band, especially a band in sort of this genre, is so in touch with their songwriting that they're able to make the notes sort of bend to their will. This song is a prime example of that, mirroring rough stretches with excellent soft areas. Wilson's vocal performance takes a back seat to the rest of the band's ample efforts. Acoustics give way to electronics and a waterfall of emotional writing that kind of prove why this band has the longevity that it does. The same is true of, again, Harridan, Rat's Return, Herd Culling, and the complex yet simple album closer, Love in the Past Tense. If I had to criticize anything about the album, it does get a little sloggy through the middle. Walk the Plank and Chimera's Wreck, while not terrible, just feel a little off from the rest of the release. The former is a mid-tempo short stick, while the other is an elongated art piece that doesn't really seem to know where it wants to go. It's a shame, because on an album like this, every song needs to have that final destination. The route may be winding and full of tricks, but in the end, you gotta get somewhere. These two, they just don't really go anywhere. All in all, after being away for over a decade, Porcupine Tree explode back onto the scene. The album is full of everything a fan of this style of prog rock will enjoy. It's soft, and it's not. It's subtle, yet it's forceful. It's just pretty much an entire laundry list of progressive mainstays. Sure, it has one or two stumbling blocks, but other than that, it's staunch. In light of all that, I give it a 4.5 out of 5. Thank you so much for watching. Click like and do not forget to subscribe for more Metallic reviews. Next week, we make a complete 180 from where we are here, because it's time to get our crossover thrash on, as we're going to be diving into Municipal Waste's new album, Electrified Brain. I hope you'll join me. You've been watching Metallic Reviews, where I give honest ratings to honest music. I'll see y'all next time.